How's everybody doing? This is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigars, where we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship. That, at this time, I will stop time, reflect on life, and plan the future ahead. How much success? How much success is good for you? Do you care? Is success anything in your list? Do you care about success? Do you just go about life? Or how you measure success? You feel successful as an individual with your career, the work that you perform? Do you feel successful with your relationship? Do you feel successful with your kids as a father? How do you feel successful, or do you really thought about being successful? The being successful for you has something to do with your purpose. Of what is your purpose in life? Is your purpose in life and success related? These are things that we think a lot when we're smoking cigars. These are questions. This is fog in your head as an entrepreneur through the whole week, through the whole day. This nice Robusto Nero, Mexican San Andres. It's pretty cracked in here. They let it drop at the shop. So I said, that one is mine. I know how to smoke that one. I wouldn't give this cigar to a customer. This stays in the in-house, and we smoke it in-house. I will never hide anything like this and try to pass it on to my clients. So I'm asking these questions in the beginning of the blog because it's hard to measure success. It's hard to measure success. People get confused and they think it has to do with money, that you want more money. People think that you want more power. I don't know. I haven't been there yet, but to the level of success that I have in my life up to this point, to me, it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with power so far. It has to do a lot with purpose, my life purpose, why I was placed here. There's 2 important days in your life, and I read it and I listen to motivation speakers, and it makes all the sense in the world. There's 2 important days. The day you were born, of course, you had a chance to, your mother brought you here. Your mother, your mom, female, brought you here to earth by the grace of God and with the help of a male, of a guy. You came here. That was a really important date, I believe, for everyone to have a chance to be in this beautiful world, because it is beautiful. It doesn't matter how difficult things can get, it is a beautiful world. And what is the second day? The second most important day of your life. And it's hard to say it was this day, but definitely it was one day. Most of us don't remember which day exactly, in my experience. But there was a second day of your life that is the most important day. 2 days, the day you were born and the day you found your purpose. You found your purpose. Why in the world you came here? But don't get me wrong, there's many people, they had the first important day arriving here to this beautiful world, and they never have a second day. They never have a second day because they go through the whole life just being an instrument, just going with the flow. And I respect that. Nothing wrong with that. You choose your life to just, pass through the world and don't really look for any type of success. That's fine with me. That's fine. That's totally right. That's totally right. But for great thinkers, and usually people who enjoy the leave, we think a lot. We tend to think a lot. It is really important what is our purpose in life, why we came here. And that has to do also a lot with success. Because once you start thinking or you have an idea why you were here, the first thing to reinforce, to make sure that yes, that's my purpose, you start measuring by success. Okay, if really this is my purpose in life, how successful I am. How successful I am. Okay, this is what I came to do. I enjoy, I like it, but how successful I am. I had a great breakfast. We'd sit outside, looking at the water. We have nice bacon, fried eggs, bagels, great orange juice that I discovered thanks to my friend Ken. I can't drink any other orange juice now. Woo! It's called Coral Reef. Man, I thought I had orange juice, but until I tried that orange juice. Woo! It's amazing. I remember before, to drink the Tropicana orange juice that I thought that was the most decent one, I had to put a little bit of organic carrot juice, mix it with it, to I realized that it was kind of to kill a little bit the bitterness of the orange juice. With this Coral Reef orange juice, a small batch from here, from Florida, oh boy, that is amazing. That is amazing. It made me think of my cigars. Small batch, no rushing, that we need to do a lot, we got a lot of pressure, that we need to, no. Small batch. So once you find your purpose in life, and again, it's easy for me to say it, because earlier in my life, when I was 27, 26, I realized that I knew since I was a kid that I was a dreamer. I was an average C guy. I wasn't that smart at school, but I later on find out that not being book smart, that doesn't mean that you're not gonna be successful. So since I was a kid, I was a dreamer. And thanks to my mother always talking to my ear asleep and telling me that to make me a believer, I think is why I have accomplished in my own little world so much as an individual, as a person. And again, it has nothing to do with the amount of money or the amount of stores or how many things I'm doing. I have a store in Ybor City, Tampa, Florida. I have a really successful store. 1,500 square feet, tiny. I have a pretty successful website that is a dream come through. It's been 11 years of working non-stop on that website and also my brand. And now I have a small factory, a small 2,000 square feet, 2,500 square feet factory in Nicaragua that does packaging. That is about to start doing packaging, cigar boxes. So that's my success. That's my success when it comes to material stuff. But in my personal life, how successful I am, I found what I really love to do, what I really enjoy, what it drives me nuts, but I don't give up. I keep going, looking for better ways to do things. And also in my and again, we're talking about success, and the first things I talked about is business, because that's how in here, in this part of the world, most everybody see you, how successful you are when it comes to material stuff. Nobody really look at you and go, man, he has a beautiful relation. He has 2 kids, they're growing strong. One plays soccer, they look like happy kids. Nobody cares about that. They don't give a damn. But to me, that's my biggest success. Because growing up with a single mom, being able to have a family and a happy family. I'm the grumpy one because everything that is going on in my head, that's a lot of success. But because I have already, I believe, somehow achieved, gained some level of success when it comes to a family, and you can rush the process of family. You can rush it. You can be rushing the growing up of your kids. You need to be patient and keep working every day on making them better individuals for society. You're not growing them for you or for them or for the grandpas, to make grandpas feel proud of how good of a job you did. You're growing your kid for society to hopefully make a better world. So yes, so far I have experienced a lot of success when it comes to family. Now in business, you can manipulate things. You can invest money. You can look for investors. You can go forward faster. So you have more playroom when it comes to business. But one is enough. Probably some people, and people have mentioned, they have said, man, Yanko, I wish I was you. And in my mind I go, well, be careful what you wish for, because the amount of noise that I have in my head all the time, the amount of responsibility that I have, I don't know if an average person can deal with it. I don't know if an average person will be able to wake up every day, or most of the time just stay in bed scared over everything that he has going on, or just give up, just say, forget it, let it go on itself, and if it works, yes, if it doesn't work, not. That doesn't exist in my mind. Everything is going to work. Everything has to work. But that takes a lot of responsibility. There's no if or when or if, if someday that I have, if you want to go and see, if you pay attention on my blogs, that I tried a long time ago to delete if or someday. No. I said we're opening a box factory in Nicaragua, and we did. End of this year or beginning of next year, we're starting a small operation making cigars in Nicaragua. We are starting that. How big it's gonna get, we'll see. We'll see how much I let it grow. If I'm having fun with 2 pairs of rollers and I get bored, I see that I can do more. I can help more people. I can open more shops because I'm already bored, because I already mastered up to that point. And then we bring more pairs. If I meet people in my journey that they're really honest about this, about cigars, and they want to start their own brand, and we have built a relation up to that point, I will bring more rollers to make their cigars with the same quality, same care that I put on mine. It was about to go off. That's how much you know your cigars. It was about to go off, but I rescue. And you see the broken piece, the broken wrapper in the beginning is doing okay. And this is a good one. After that breakfast and that orange juice, this is a good one. So how much success? How much success is enough? How much? Because you're thinking that when you become successful, all this noise that you have in your brain is gonna quiet down. And then you're gonna be able to enjoy more of the journey. Because sometimes we don't realize that we go into an extreme and we're not enjoying as much the journey because the amount of worries that you have in your head. And you go, well, when I'm pretty successful, when things are, when I'm really successful, that noise is gonna go away. I will feel 100% sure. But what I've been talking and listened to other entrepreneurs, that is difficult. To quiet your mind and feel 100% successful, secure of yourself, you gotta work on yourself a lot. And I have an acquaintance, someone that some days, I don't know, we will be friends because I'll be in Esteli a lot more often. That is someone that I admire, respect a lot, AJ Fernandez, Abdel Fernandez, and Ajota Fernandez. And I admire the guy. And I understand him a lot because in the beginning, I thought that I had to do with money. He even says that it's money, but I don't think it's money. He describes it like that, but I don't think it's money. He's in love with what he does, and he wants to be the best. He wants to be the best. He wants to do more of what he's already doing, what he's already mastered. He's young. He's hungry for life, so he keeps growing and growing and growing. He's at 60 million cigars a year. 60 million cigars a year. 3,000 employees. I got 11 employees. He has 3,000. I got 11 employees, and I produce. I used to produce and sell 120,000 cigars a year. He does 60 million cigars a year. So you see the difference between one guy and the other, and we are pretty close. In a sense, we are pretty close because I'm always thinking of him, following him. In a sense, I admire him. Many people tell me, yeah, but a lot of his cigars are really pungy, really strong, to a point that is not enjoyable. Okay, okay, fine. I agree with that. He does really strong cigars. But I'm not really paying attention to those details. I'm paying attention of his success, the amount of success and how he does it. That's what I'm learning, what I'm trying to learn from him. And then I would tweak my things the way I like it. I don't have to be exactly what he's doing. For instance, someone else that is my mentor, and I never got to meet him, but hopefully I will meet their siblings, their kid, their sons, is Padron. Padron is one of my biggest mentors because the quality of cigars, the consistency, the principles that he had in the beginning and to the rest of his journey, how successful he was with family how he was able to show the way for their kids to fall in love with the industry, and how he said, this is what I'm going to do, this is how much I'm going to enjoy, and that's it. Padron has always been, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, 10 million cigars a year. 10 million cigars a year. Do he has the potential to do 60 million, 100 million cigars? Probably yes, but that's not his thing. So I'm trying to find what is my medium, what is my point that I will go, you know what, I think I'm happy here. And I ask myself, this is the noise in my head. This is the noise in my head. Okay, Yanko, you can say you're just happy with the shop in Ybor. The shop in Ybor, you know, a pretty successful shop that allows you to go on vacation once a year, to drive a decent car, have a decent, beautiful home. That's it. Why you want to keep going? Well, everyone is doing what they're supposed to in the shop. I don't like to be doing. I don't want to keep biffing my shop, like doing live events, bring live music, and try to maximize as much as I can my shop of making money, because I like the shop the way it is. It's a boring place. It's a boring place in a sense that there's not a lot going on. Background music, no TVs, but 70 air conditioning all the time, great temperature, pretty clean air because I have exhaust fans getting the air out. In a pretty nice, decent place that people, when they look around and they let the imagination go, they go, every time I come here, I see something new. And it's not that we brought it new, it's been there, but you're just spending more time and being more aware of the time, of the moment when you're at Tabanero. So I don't want to keep growing Tabanero in a sense of doing all the things to bring more clientele. No, it is perfect like that. I don't want to grow anymore. If I had to push other banderings in with Tabanero by bringing alcohol, by converting Tabanero to something else, that's not what I want. When the time comes, I will replicate Tabanero in another place that I believe is needed, a Tabanero 365 oasis. So that's a good sample of comparing with Padron. That's what I want with Tabanero in Ybor City. Now I went off. So that's a good example of, that's the amount of success that I want to have in Tabanero. Tabanero before the BC, Tabanero BC, Tabanero BC, before COVID, before the Chinese virus, just the shop. It was already at $1 million in sales, just the shop, not the website. So 1,500 square feet, making that kind of money, and 6 employees making a good living, taking money home. I'm happy with Tabanero. That's a lot of success. But now in my personal life, what do I do with the rest of my time? What do I do with the rest of my time? Because Tabanero is working perfectly. To a certain extent, because yes, like everybody else, it's become pretty difficult to find good help. So there's a question that comes again: how much success is enough? I'm already successful with Tabanero. How much success is enough? I learned and I have practiced through the years to be okay, to be uncomfortable most of the time. To be uncomfortable most of the time. It would be nice if I can sit here 5 times a week, 4 hours, 3 hours. I can be here 3 hours, easy. I can burn 1 hour wasting time on my phone. I can utilize 1 hour reading a good book, and then the other hour just sleeping in here. And my shop in Ybor City will allow me to do that. But I will feel like my life is going away, sitting in here in this chair, looking at the water. I don't need that much therapy the whole week. So what do I do with my time? How do I get out of my comfort zone, my nice backyard, my home? How do I get out of that comfort zone? Well, we go to another country and start something else in another country. So now I'm in Nicaragua. How much success do I want in Nicaragua to feel successful? How much? And when we become pretty successful in Nicaragua, is that success is gonna be enough? Right here, Tampa, the website, the shop, and the box shop in Nicaragua, the cigar shop in Nicaragua, cigar factory in Nicaragua, a small boutique, Buckeye, Chinchal in Nicaragua, producing, making all the people's life easier, because I believe on taking care of my employees, the people who serve me, for me to serve my customers. How much success? How much success is gonna be? Hey Yanko, that's it. You're doing pretty good in a sense of blessing others, on serving your customers. That's it. Stay put. Don't get into anything else. How much? That's the question. How much? And then the biggest question is, when is the noise, the constant noise that I have in my head that I don't really have time off? I think, because even reading a book, I'm reading the book and I'm comparing with my life, with everything that is going on during the day, and I'm remembering things and making notes when that noise will stop. So I don't know. I usually don't ask for comments, but I don't know. Put in the comment in there. How much success? Just put a few sentences. How much success for you? I would like to hear others people's opinion. How much success for them? It quiets their noise in their minds. And also share in there if you had the second best day of your life. Share in there. Don't be shy. Share in there, because when I bump into you guys in the shop, or someone comes from north, oh yeah, I watch your live, they're entertaining. Share in the comments. I read all the comments, and even if it's someone most of the time saying something positive, I just hit like to make sure that I read it. And the people who ask me questions, I also respond to questions. Not right at the moment you ask a question, but a couple of days later I respond to your question. So put in the comment for you how much success you think it will quiet the noise, the insecurities that you have in your head. And if you have your second day, if you have your second most important day, put it in the comments. When do you knew you had your second most important day in your life? That it was when you found purpose. I was talking to the new coffee barista, the new coffee girl that Karen is training, and she was talking about she doesn't understand how people, they're complacent, they're okay with so little. And I said, you know what? At some point in my life, I was like you. I was always measuring everybody with the same ruler I measure myself. And little by little, and I'm not 100% there yet, little by little, I understood that not everyone had the same experience in life, the same necessities that motivate them, inspire them to do things differently. Not everyone had the same. I have a good friend, and I don't want to mention name, but we were talking about this subject, purpose in life, the meaning of life. And he said, Yanko, I'm gonna be honest, I really like to reflect on this matter. And one of the reasons is because I asked my wife, through these conversations, I asked my wife, what has been your purpose in life? What was that you always wanted as a child, as a kid? And the wife said, it's simple. All I wanted in my life, it was to have this, to have a husband, to have kids. That's it. That's all I wanted in my life. That's it. That's a pretty successful person. It has a relationship, it has grown their kids. That was her purpose. So you can be measuring everybody with the same ruler. Someone that probably grew up without a father, his purpose in life is to be a father, grow their kids to be a good servants of humanity, because that's basically what we do, serve others. Don't get confused. So I don't criticize anybody else that says, Yanko, I love trains. I always wanted to be a train operator, and there's nothing better to jump on the train and start moving all that weight and feel fiercely powerful and have the power in my hand of moving that train. I enjoy it every day, every time I jump on that train. Man, I love that guy. I love that guy that he found purpose by directing a train, moving a train. Thanks to him, we have cargo moving. Thanks to him, it's done well. It's not killing a bunch of people because he loves what he does. So a long time ago, I stopped doing that, criticizing anybody, even homeless. I see homeless a lot around my shop. And I get sometimes upset that, you know, they're bothering people. They smell really bad. They'll have an addiction problem. But it's what they choose. That's what they choose. What they choose. It was a decision they made. Pretty bad one, but they decided to do that, and I gotta kind of respect that. Just don't bother me. Don't hurt what I'm doing. But if that's how you want to do your life, go ahead, man. Just don't affect someone else's business, or don't intimidate someone else to get from them what you want. I remember at some point in my life when I was younger, there was a lot of noise in my head, and I guess it was trying to get affirmation of what I was doing, if I was doing it right, if I was going in the right path, criticizing in my head everybody else what they were doing and how they were supposed to be doing it better. It has nothing to do about them. It was about me. So I'm in a point of my life right now that we're gonna conquer. Well, for sure I know I'm gonna conquer through reading, through studying, through educating myself. How much success, and if has anything to do with success, to quiet my noise in my head, and to be a better person of last week, of last year, by the sense of being more secure of myself, of what I'm doing. I had a person yesterday that came in with his wife and 3 daughters, beautiful 3 daughters, 14, 15, 16, pretty shy, you know, they were just, and the wife had a few drinks, and they looked like a beautiful family. He was looking for the male, and he had 3 girls. God bless him. They were beautiful girls. And he asked me, for a cigar for someone that is really getting into, and he was probably close to 55, 54, something like that. And he wanted to experience getting into the lifestyle of smoking cigars. I guess they moved to Tampa, but I got confused because the wife said, hey, do you mind, you own this place? Yes. Do you mind sharing with my daughters, history, a little bit about this? And I'm thinking she's talking about history of Tampa, Ybor. I never thought of me or the cigars. And I go ahead and give them the whole story, the whole spiel about Vicente Ybors. I have a pretty abbreviation of 5 minutes, real quick. And then when I finish, they like the whole short story about why Vicente came to Tampa to make cigars. But after I finish, I see in their faces that that's not what they were asking. She wanted for me to share with her daughters that smoking cigars is not a bad thing, because daddy is going to start smoking cigars. Oh boy, I was pumped. That was a lot easier to explain the girls that it had nothing to do with cigarettes, that it has nothing to do with going through your whole day or through your whole life watching for the next 10 minutes that you can light up a cigarette. It has nothing to do with that. And I guess I did a good job because they were pleased, and the guy, the father, went back, returned, exchanged the 2 5-packs for a 30 count of Corona, and he bought a humidor for himself. So I guess wife and daughters have he got the approval from wife and daughters. So he's gonna start reflecting on life, not in front of the TV, at least once, twice, 3 times a week with a good cigar. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy. I enjoy it too. What was the second most important day of your life? What was that one? And how much success it's enough for you if you already discover, or how much success you think it will be enough for you. And let's not talk about money or no, it's nothing to do with money. Don't talk about money. How much success will be enough for you? Again, my name is Yanko Maceda, founder of Tabanero Cigars, where we believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship that allows you to stop time, reflect on life, and plan the future ahead.